I was feeling into what I wanted to talk about in this video, and I'm gonna kind of riff a bit, but I just wanted to. Yeah, I actually was crying when I tuned into what I want to talk about, and I think the most important thing is just the desire for community and for um, even brotherhood or just siblinghood in any way, of how tough the journey of porn addiction recovery, sex addiction recovery is, how isolating it can be for people who don't understand it and think that they know it, like trying to relate to people who think that they understand what it's like. And that's why I think for the people who are seriously going through it, to kind of join forces and to be in community feels so important, to be witnessed in that way. And I'm kind of stepping into community in my local area more than I at least have in a while, just because I'm like, fuck, I can't do this on my own. And I kind of just wanted to name that in the porn addiction healing spaces and sex addiction healing spaces, there's not a ton of queer voices, especially when it comes to like the more spiritual and shamanic lens behind it, which is kind of what helps me the most, like a somatic and spiritual lens to navigate this fucking crazy shit. And yeah, I want to both be one of those voices and also just to give voice to other people who feel similarly, because I think that the nofap sex addiction, porn addiction healing world is very like kind of straight man dominated, and not to knock on the streets, but I feel like there's just more nuance when you're queer and navigating these things, because I don't think that queer people came to do things like everybody else or in the heteronormative way. And I like strongly relate to being very queer, not just in my sexuality, but just in how I move through the world. And yeah, so that's one of my intentions of wanting to start making more videos here, is just to give more voice to that sector of the world that I feel like is just kind of forgotten or misunderstood. And I've felt forgotten and misunderstood like my entire fucking life. And the healing that I've been doing this year has just been going so deep into those wounds. And yeah, just the journey of porn addiction recovery is not for the faint of heart. And um, I just wanted to, if anyone's watching who's on that journey, I'm just like, it's so not linear, and I so want it to be linear so bad, because it's like it would make it so much easier for my mind and my brain to wrap around. But again, because I also relate it to more of the shamanic kind of you know path, I guess you could say, where it's like spirals and all over the place and non-linear. So I think there's been periods of my life where I've done so good and made it months without porn, and then periods, like even in very recent times, where I just tumbled down and can't make it like a day or two without it. And I almost wanted to just normalize that as part of the process, and to not give up, because I find myself wanting to give up so much. And I think that that's what every time I go to porn is me just saying, I give up, I can't do this anymore. And yeah, just it's a constant reminder of like, it's supposed to be confusing and hard and scary and isolating. But I don't think it has to be that way, at least not all the time. And I think when the scary, confusing, isolating moments come up, it makes me want to just be like, fuck this, this is too much. And yeah, I just wanted to really say that I think that um, it's a really nonlinear process. And I wanted to give more space to that, because I can make myself spiral much harder and longer, because I'm in a shame spiral and I'm thinking that this is really bad and I'm making things worse, and um, I can, yeah, spin out. And I think that if there's more just acceptance of not necessarily like, oh, it's no big deal, you watch porn, like not totally that way, because that doesn't really help me either. I need that like kind of disciplined approach of getting back up on the horse. And I think that that's kind of just like the theme that I'm trying to say here, is just that you just have to keep getting back on the fucking horse, and that sucks so much. And yeah, I think that's like actually the only thing that we have to do. And that horse will look different for everybody and what it is that's working for you. And I think there's a lot of similarities between what we all need on this journey. And I think community is a big part of it. And I'm learning that the hard way because I tend to be a lone wolf. So that's, again, part of the reason why I'm starting to make videos, is just to create some kind of community, however big or small, whatever. Just needing to not feel so alone. And I think that we get regulated from helping others, from being helped, like kind of that co-regulation that I think is missing, especially in the queer world. And I think that that's kind of what's happening with porn, at least for me, is sexualizing that need for co-regulation and for friendship and for brotherhood specifically. And yeah, it's kind of my mission in life, to help people. And I think that, of course, helping myself is like the main focus of that journey, but in doing so, recognizing the need for the interdependence of all of these different things. So yeah, I really want to start making videos just going into my own experience, and also the things that I've learned. So yeah, definitely more videos to come, and I'm curious of what directions it kind of wants to take, but I'm kind of noticing that for myself, making videos is something that I personally need. And that's why if I want to talk the talk, I need to walk the walk. And if I'm helping other people to do the things that they need, you just gotta trust that like whatever your impulse is something that will help you on your journey. I think that's part of this entire fucking thing, is that we've suppressed so many of the things that we want or think is possible. And porn, for me at least, is a way to stay small. So celebrating my own bigness and wanting to support other people in reclaiming their bigness as well. So more to come.